Welcome back, everyone. Not far from San Antonio and not far from Austin, there's a terrific restaurant. It sits in an historic, old, giant post office. Its transformation is fascinating, and so is its story. You might say a combination of weather and whiskey are what led to the creation of the stately federal post office in New Braunfels, a building that's more than 100 years old.
I grew up here, and so when I was little, I used to come here because it was the post office.
Now, instead of mail, they're delivering delicious fresh seafood with a fun Tex Mex and Creole flair. And one amazing weekend brunch. All at McAdoo's Seafood and Oyster Company.
Food is really good. The oysters are just tasty, so it's a wonderful time.
The German prince who settled New Braunfels told his superiors that postal arrangements in the area were needed since the Texas Post is dependent on weather and more or less the amount of whiskey the mail driver had consumed. So, construction began.
All the locals love coming here, sharing stories that when they were growing up with their families coming in and bringing their new families to see where they were when they were younger.
Well, back then, your mail, that was a big deal,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
It's
All
not
the
like it
gossip.
is now.
Yes, all the gossip. This is where they shared all the gossip at the post office.
Instead of cooking up stories, now this busy kitchen is putting a Texas spin on Cajun creations.
What we're doing for y'all tonight is a jambalaya stuffed quail.
It's a showstopper stuffed with chicken, sausage, and a poached Gulf oyster, all floating on a bed of gumbo.
Oh my gosh, look at this. What in the world?
This is our tilapia Florentine.
A gorgeous dish sautéed with snow crab fingers, spinach, and Roma tomatoes in a silky Parmesan cream.
That's beautiful.
And I had to mention this, the roasted chile relleno stuffed with Louisiana crawfish, topped with jalapeno cheese and rich ranchero salsa. And the brunch eggs Benedict, perched on a crown of crab cakes. These alone are worth the trip. McAdoo's owner, Becky Wiggins, an interior designer, gave this old federal building new life.
So tell me how you got the name McAdoo's.
William McAdoo was the Treasury Secretary when the building was commissioned. And his name is on the cornerstone of the building. So when we were walking around the building one day thinking, what could we name this? We decided McAdoo's would be perfect because his name's on the corner.
The old Treasury Department, where they sold savings bonds, is now the bar. The dining room used to be the sorting room, and a hidden catwalk once ran through the middle of the whole building, so the postmaster could keep an eye on everything.
And then he could crawl down the backside and go to see them in the restrooms and their lunchroom.
To be sure they weren't
To make
taking
sure they
mail
weren't
or-
stealing mail or money. And so that's always been a huge thing here. And the big thing was we tried to decide, do we save the catwalk or not?
Yeah.
But we didn't save it. But we have pictures, so.
What an HR nightmare.
Yes.
And the swing room? Well, that's where they set up the Bloody Mary bar.
Look at this Bloody Mary bar. I don't think I've ever seen anything this elaborate. Absolutely love the way you transformed that. What was it? Something used to dry wine bottles, right?
Yes, they would dry their wine bottles on that. So we stuck the condiments up there and you can just grab whatever you'd like.
Start with your choice of vodka and salt, then pick from one of any number of tasty mixes.
Okay, I've never heard of a ribeye Bloody Mary. Maybe I just don't get out enough, but I'm going to try that.
It's good. Men love that one. It tastes like it has a little steak sauce in it.
And one of 30 different condiments.
Throw an,
the
we'll throw an
oyster.
oyster in there.
This
There
is
you
the
go.
real deal.
You got an oyster.
Bloody Mary fans, eat your heart out. Ooh, that's good too.
Isn't that yummy?
Yes.
Speaking of oysters, the front lobby has been transformed into the only fresh oyster bar you'll find between San Antonio and Austin.
Has to be one of the most popular things in the restaurant.
Definitely, it's brand new. It's East Coast Canadian and also Gulf oysters.
It's not just about oysters, right?
No, we also have snow crab. We have Virginia clams that we also do raw on the half shell. Really popular items. And then we also kind of put it all together and we can do it like a sampler platter of a little bit of everything as well.
You'll also want to spend some time on one of the loveliest patios in the Hill Country.
It's nice. The atmosphere is nice. The patio's beautiful. The music, my kids love it.
It's awesome!
With food like this and such a beautiful setting, you'll think McAdoo's is awesome too.
Okay, time now to get the recipe for that delicious marinade that Chef Johnny Hernandez at El Machito used in the fish dish. I'm with my expert, Chef Adrienne at HEB Cooking Connection, our go-to spot for making a complicated recipe easy for us at home.
That's right, and I love the freshness that he puts into this marinade. And we're gonna whip it up simple and easy for you guys at home using some of our HEB products.
Now in this dish, we're doing it with chicken tacos, right?
Right, so we've marinated some of the HEB all-natural chicken, and we're putting a little twist on the tortilla for these. We've got these amazing jicama tortillas, low carb, low sugar, low calorie, gluten-free, all the stuff that we're looking for in our food these days. And we're dressing up the marinade with one of our Adams Reserve Chipotle 5-spice, sort of Christmas at the beach, if you will. So keeping it fresh and fun.
Let's do it.
So we'll start with our fresh squeezed lime and orange juice. These are squeezed on the daily in the produce. Doesn't get any fresher than that.
You don't have to do it at home.
We don't have to do it at home anymore. So a couple of cups of each, a little lime to cut through that. This is what's gonna break down the chicken also. In goes the onion, fresh cilantro, and a couple of cloves of garlic for that nice little savory flavor. And we're gonna flavor it up with that Chipotle 5-spice from Adams. A lot going on here, some savory, some sweet, and a little smokiness with the smoked paprika. It's also gonna give it that really pretty color.
It's a beautiful color.
Yeah, and we'll blend away. And over the HEB all natural chicken. This is the best of the best. No antibiotics, no hormones. You guys can let that sit for overnight, couple of days. Pop it on the grill with a little olive oil and serve it up taco style.
Love the presentation with the jicama
Thank you
tacos
so
and
much.
the pineapple.
Yeah, and y'all can use this marinade universally. Vegetables, fish, chicken, pork, and beef. It's just fresh and good on everything.
Chef, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Got the recipe at goodtaste.tv.
We Texans like to brag, so we're celebrating Texas wine this month. My Texas wine finds are coming up. But next, incredible prices, mouth-watering burgers, and giant fresh salads keep regulars loyal here. We'll tell you where we found them when Good Taste returns.
Good Taste with Tanji is brought to you in part by HEB.